Minister Abiy has launched the Agriculture and Science exhibition at Science Museum in Addis Ababa. And fighting in Khartoum continues despite mediators seek to end Sudan conflict. Hello and good morning. This is Addis News Hour. I'm Bini Avgetana. Do stay tuned. Here now the news in full. President Sahle-Work Zewde sent a congratulatory message for the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Day. The day is being celebrated for the 76th time worldwide and for the 65th time in Ethiopia. And this year's International Red Cross and Red Crescent Day is celebrated under the theme From the Heart to Humanity. The president explained that the theme represents volunteers' tough determination to rescue people who are harmed by natural and man-made disaster all over the world. She pointed out that the Ethiopian Red Cross Society is a humanitarian organization that has been providing humanitarian services for the past 87 years, led by volunteers and workers who have built humanity in their hearts. Red Cross workers and volunteers strive in difficult circumstances to save the lives of people who are under dire situation due to conflicts and droughts, the president noted. She extended her great appreciation for the incomparable human dedication of volunteers and workers by sacrificing their lives while working for humanitarian services. She also called on the community to assist the Ethiopian Red Cross Society workers and volunteers and provide the necessary support to the organization, according to the president's office. And increased trade by boosting agricultural productivity. This remark came while the Prime Minister launched the Agriculture and Science exhibition at Science Museum in Addis Ababa under the theme From the Lab to the Farm. Tigist Nisa has compiled the whole story.
The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with Ethio Telecom, has organized Agriculture and Science exhibition that aims at promoting the role of technologies in transforming the agricultural sector in a bid to improving production and productivity in a sustainable manner. The exhibition is expected to create awareness among farmers and pastoralists, youth, student researchers, as well as investors on the role of science and technology to improve production and productivity and realize sustainable development. Launching the exhibition, Prime Minister Abiy said that agriculture is the foundation of the existence of human beings, noting that the need to support the sector with the necessary technologies with a view to boosting productivity and export trade. The Premier emphasized the need to focus on innovative science and technology to transform the agricultural sector.
Ethiopia has become the top African countries in coffee, wheat, livestock, and recently honey production. And due attention should be given to improve quality of products and extend the technology so as to gain the deserved foreign earning.
The Premier noted that Ethiopia has untapped agricultural potential, therefore he said much more effort needs to be exerted to increase export trade.
We have seen such a promising results in fresh wheat, poultry, farming, honey, and also meat productions. Paying a visit to this place, one can share experience how manageable it is to use our untapped potential and increase productivity.
Abiy further pointed out that the majority of arable land used for farming in Ethiopia needs treatment. If this is treated and taken care of appropriately, productivity will increase, he said.
In Ethiopia, from its vast 7 million hectares of arable land, it needs treatment. And if we all take the initiative as we did last time in terms of green legacy, it would have increased in 50% on our current productivity. We get vast untouched arable land as we excel in updating our water management system. These interventions in the agriculture sector will help enhance our productivity and create tourist attraction sites. So I would like to call on all Ethiopians to pay a visit to this place.
The Agriculture and Science exhibition inaugurated plays a pivotal contribution to strengthening the development of the sector as it demonstrates the link between agricultural development with information technologies mechanization, ETV learned.
Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen said that modernizing the agriculture sector is the main focus of the Ethiopian government. In a panel discussion being held on agriculture and science exhibition, which was launched Sunday by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke said that agriculture delivers only as much as efforts are exerted on it. Accordingly, Demeke mentioned that modernizing agriculture is the main focus of the government to achieve the desired outcome. He also stated that modernizing the agriculture sector is a linchpin to change the country and achieve other endeavors. The exemplary result recorded in wheat production in Ethiopia is testament to the government's commitment to modernize the agriculture sector, Demeke said, adding that Ethiopia's achievement in wheat production can be a benchmark to other countries. And for his part, the Minister of Agriculture, Girma Mente, said that various works are being undertaken to modernize the traditional agricultural system in Ethiopia. In the last 3 years, more than 36 billion birr has been subsidized for the agriculture sector, the minister disclosed. He said that the ministry is committed to bring about change in the agricultural sector by combining it with modern technologies. And the final exhibition of the Mendeber book, which stayed open for 6 days at Abrahot Library, concluded Sunday. The exhibition was organized by the Office of the Prime Minister under the theme Word, Action and Generation. As the guide principal, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who delivered a message at the conclusion of the program, said that we are laying the foundation for Ethiopia, and this generation needs to pass the legacy to the next generation in a better way. The Premier urged the youth to avoid destructive messages in relation to social media and choose only important messages that help to promote togetherness and build the country. The book focuses on the 5 generations Meddemer. On the occasion, it is indicated that Meddemer or synergy generation has potential to build the Ethiopia that everyone wants and will work hard for its success. It has been pointed out that this book, written by the Prime Minister and containing speeches of the Prime Minister, will be ready for sale at Abrahot Library next week.
እስከ 600 ዝሆን የሚታይበት የዝሆኖች ቁጥር በብሔራዊ ፓርክ ውስጥ ከ6000 በላይ እንደሆነ ነው የሚያሳየው። ግን ከ1980ዎቹ ጀምሮ አውራሪስም እዚህ በድርገ ተራራ አካባቢ ላይ የነበሩ አውራሪሶች ሸሽተው ወደ ኬንያና ደቡብ ሱዳን እንደሄዱ እና ከዛ ጊዜ ጀምሮ
አሁን ከኢትዮጵያ ብሔራዊ ፓርክ አፍሪካ ብሔራዊ ፓርኮች የተሻለ ነው ያለው። ምክንያቱም ደነስ ስለሚንከባከብ ደነስ ስለሚታይ ሁሉም ነገር ቆጥሮት በእግር ሳይሆን እንኳን እስከ ባይሮፕላን ቆጥሮት ድረስ አለው።
As the news continues, UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres emphasized that peace and stability in Ethiopia has positive implication for the entire region, as Ethiopia has a central role in the region. Foreign State Minister Ambassador Misgana Orega has welcomed and held a productive meeting with the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres during his transit at the Addis Ababa Bole International Airport. During the occasion, the Secretary General expressed his delight that Ethiopia has solved the northern conflict and is making progress. The Secretary General also said that cherishes the partnership with Ethiopia and expressed full support for national initiative to consolidate peace and implement post-conflict recovery programs. The State Minister, for his part, appreciated his role and the continued support of the UN for Ethiopia. The State Minister briefed the Secretary General about progress of the Pretoria peace deal. He expressed the unwavering commitment of the Ethiopian government to consolidate peace and accelerate recovery efforts. He stressed the importance of supporting national efforts. The two sides agreed to further strengthen the partnership between the UN and Ethiopia to support the post-conflict recovery initiative of the government. They also exchanged views on the current situation in the Sudan, according to the Foreign Affairs Minister. In our business segment, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that Ethiopia has created an enabling environment for manufacturing industry. The Premier opened an expo under the theme Let Ethiopia Produce, with the view to revitalize the country's industry sector. According to him, Ethiopia has got enough land, water and adequate human resources as well as energy that support its production. Yet the country has not fully exploited this massive potential for manufacturing industry. He added the country has embarked on agricultural productivity to supply adequate inputs to the industry, and the mining sector has been greatly revived and many products can be used as input for the industry. Acknowledging the energy sector, which has greater importance to catalyze Ethiopia's industrialized ambition, the Premier said that the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is anticipated to fundamentally solve energy challenges in the country. Pointing out the sound industrial policy Ethiopia has introduced, Abiy urged Ethiopians to unite and engage in production to permanently solve the challenge of the nation. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Industry says it is high time to consolidate industrialization so as to realize Ethiopia's prosperity. Minister of Planning and Development Fitsum Assefa underscores the need to concentrate public-private partnership in order to move forward industrialization in Africa. In a panel discussion held in Addis Ababa with the presence of respective senior government officials in a bid to move forward Ethiopia's industrialization sector. So far, within 1 year, the industrialization movement in Ethiopia per homegrown economy reform has been able to save over 16 million USD. Daniel Kasson has compiled the full story. Take a look.
Industrialization in Ethiopia remains to be the major assignment of the current government, which claims to be pursuing homegrown economic reforms in the country. Addressing the gathering here in a plenary discussion held in Addis Ababa, the Minister of Planning and Development Fitsum Assefa underscores the need to concretizing public-private partnership in order to move forward industrialization in Ethiopia.
The public-private partnership aspired per the homegrown economic reform in Ethiopia has to be materialized if the country is really to achieve in its industrialization. Unless this happens, the economic reform will not gate its pillars of foundation. Consolidating efforts towards the country's move faces lots of challenges. Therefore, the interventions being implemented have to be stronger in order to overcome the hurdles and secure the survival of the economic development.
The Minister of Industry, Malaku Al-Lebel, for his part indicated the challenges faced by Ethiopia in its industrialization strides require careful diagnosis and wider perspective to avoid the bottlenecks and establish reliable foundations for the sector.
Now we are in a better situation to reinvigorate our industrialization strides to encounter better achievements as we have passed the challenges of the COVID-19 and peace and security challenges. The past 2 or 3 years have been dark times for Ethiopians. In comparison, this is good time. Investors are eyeing at Ethiopia. Our preparations are better now to consolidate efforts to achieve better results. The industrialization movement, which was heralded by the Prime Minister last year, is reaping good results. We need to strengthen it within an innovative fashion.
Currently, the status of Ethiopia's industrialization is taking right shape for right results, but supporting it with prudent research and technical expertise would be fundamental to have long-term results. In this regard, joint efforts by the country's higher educations with the industry sector remains to be fundamental drive for the aspired goals.